Hi everybody, Emily here for Bramble Fox. I'm here today to share with you how I came up with this little photo frame. It's a box frame that I got from Wilkinson, a UK shop. You can find something similar at Hobbycraft, again it's a UK shop. I'm sure you can find some similar quite around. Actually you can find something very similar in IKEA. So it's something that you can find quite easily. I started by cutting off some white cardstock. I used the basil marshmallow cardstock because I didn't want to have to prep it with gesso, and I just wanted to get cracking. I knew I was going to use a little bit of watercolor, but I knew I wasn't going to use tons and saturate the paper, so I thought that's going to be perfect. So here you can see that I did a very light bit of coloring just to add that little touch of color. I used some brush that have a tank where you can put some water. I've just got these last week and they're absolutely wonderful. They're great. I'm actually in love with them. I think they're fantastic. So if you don't have any, please go and get some. They're brilliant for watercoloring and for mixed media and stuff like that. So anyway, so I chose my color to match these gorgeous perspectives from the May box that you guys should have received by now. And so I used those very subtle colors, and then I decided to go with a little bit of black. You know how I like a bit of contrast, and I used one of the stencils from Bramble Fox as well, those little hearts, and put my Nouveau mousse through the little heart stencils. I wasn't too bothered about how crisp and clear the image was going to be because I knew that it was going to end up being covered quite a lot. So I just wanted to have a little bit of touches of black to repeat the black and white of the photos. I then mounted my photo strip on sticky foam pads, and then I'm playing around with some placement of stickers and my perspectives, and start to put together this mini layout. I think it works out at 8" by 8 or something like that, and it's really cute. It might actually be 6 by 6. Anyway, it's you can get many sizes. You could have 12 by 12. You can just decide to go with whatever size you wanted. It just happened that I had this little frame in stock that I had bought ages ago for an idea I had in mind, but I never actually worked on it. So and I like the idea that I can make a layout. It's a size I've not done in a very long time, but it's a layout, but at the same time it's a bit of a DIY home decor, and I love that. I love the idea of something a little bit different. I'm sure you've noticed on my feed lately I've been creating a lot of other things than layout. Maybe the International Scrapbooking Day overload of having to prep a lot of layouts, etc. But I'm just enjoying other formats and still memory keeping and recording, but it's fun to have a change now and again. So anyway, I'm going through loads of stickers that I had. Most of them of these ones were given to me, I'm going through them and picking elements that are similar colors to my perspectives and my watercolor on the background. I'm just trying to complement it so that nothing clashes, but at the same time my perspective fits in. They don't just fully stand out, they fit in, they're part of the layout, but at the same time they're still visible, they're not swallowed by my layout. So it's trying to find that fine balance. I then went with these Alpha from Vicky Boutans because they are fabulous to be coloured in. They haven't got that plastic cover that the thickers normally have, So you can watercolor them, you can color them to whatever color you want, and it's just absolutely perfect because you can leave them blank as they are, which I've done on many of the layouts that I've used them on, but you can then watercolor them, you can draw on them, you can do whatever you want because they are just paper on the top. And I highly recommend them if you like to make things fit for your style or your taste or your layout. So yeah, highly recommended. Love these layer thickers. So now I'm placing everything, and I know somebody had asked a question about what's the best way to stick your perspectives, and as you can see I use glossy accent. And the thing with glossy accent is that once it's stuck, and it's strongly adhering to. With the perspectives, what you'll find is that sometimes you need to hold your perspective in place, so you'll feel that it's not adhering, but once it starts to dry, it will not move, and it's super strong, and you don't end up 2 years down the line with your embellishments dropped at the bottom of your plastic pouch on your scrapbooking album. So yeah, I love my glossy accent. I'm backing some stickers on cardstock. It turns the stickers into more of an ephemera, and then you can do as like I did right there. I've mounted them on sticky foam pads to still have that dimension. I find that mounting it on a cardstock, if it's a simple design, it's easy to turn it into an ephemera and then use it as you would with any paper embellishments. So I'm loving these little phrases and sentiments from Heidi Swap. They're beautiful. So here what I did, I don't know if you remember around Christmas, Bramble Fox had released some little gifts with a golden bow, and the red little gift had some heart cutouts. And when you receive your perspective, sometimes the cutouts are still inside the perspectives and not all been removed. And in this instance, I had 2 little hearts that were still in my little gift perspective, and when I removed them, I saw that they were absolutely mega cute and totally usable. And I used the mini heart that normally would have been offcuts and that would have been discarded. I've used them on my page, and it's quite a good idea to look at what you've got in the offcuts of the perspectives and see if it's something that you can reuse as a shadow or as like here as a little tiny embellishment on your page. We're reaching the part of the more of the home decor DIY, and what I wanted to do is I didn't want to leave just the frame as it was. I wanted to personalize it, and I went with a few flowers that I had. I've got tons and tons of flowers from years ago, and when I say years ago, we're talking about 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 years ago that I've kept in my boxes. I think some of the fabric flowers that I'm using on this I bought when I first started scrapbooking, so you're talking about 14 years ago, 15 years ago. So I'm using these, and I decided to embellish the frame, but I didn't want to do it too heavily. So I selected the colour of the flowers that I thought would work well with my page inside the frame. I'm then going back through all the stickers that I had gone through before where I found the flowers, and I'm looking for maybe little sentiments or decoration that I think would work fine. Again, I'm sticking it on the cardstock to use them as ephemeras, and I'm fussy cutting them. I don't know at that point exactly which one I'm going to use. I just like to have the options there so that I can make it work together and I can put it together, and it kind of put itself together organically. And yeah, I have an idea in mind as to what I'm going to do, but I don't know which embellishment's going to work the best or which exact arrangement is going to work the best. So that's where I play around. So I'm starting with this little flower in a corner. It's the bigger flower and it's a flatter flower, and it's just to bring the more weight in the corner. I then went with the pink flower because I thought that's the similar pink to what I used, and I like that natural flower because it kind of brings back that a bit of a shabby chic kind of style, and it's the bigger flower as well. So same again, I put it in the corner. I'm using glue gun on everything so that it's super solid, because it's not protected inside the frame, because it's not protected in an album, and it's going to be there out there. It's actually now on a wall in my lounge. I just wanted to make sure that everything would be solid. And yeah, I'm adding the last little perspectives, which is Joy, and I think it just finishes it quite nicely. A couple of more flowers in the greens from the perspective, it kind of brings back the perspective from inside that end, and it balances all the colors quite nicely together. So there we go, here's my little project for using these perspectives that I absolutely loved. I hope you like it too. Please let me know what you think. Just don't hesitate to put in a comment if you have any question, and enjoy. Thank you. Bye.